Marianne knows at Kew Gardens. Jamaica. It was Christmas Eve when Marianne arrived in Jamaica. She described herself as entirely alone and friendless, but it was not for long. Almost immediately, a young Cuban engineer swept up Marianne's and her luggage and took her to an hotel nearby. Here the Marianne landlady gave up her own room as there were no others free. Christmas found Marianne in the middle of a tropical market, surrounded by Jamaican ladies sporting their gayest dresses, decorated with pink, orange, and red satin bowl with feathers and artificial flowers in their hair and basket of cakes and fruit balanced on their head. Marianne tasted her first mango, the fruit she saw unequaled. By the time she returned to the hotel, word had got round for her arrival, and she found Dr. Campbell waiting to take her up to stay with him and his wife. The Campbells were very hospitable and untiring in their kindness, but Marianne soon made her escape for, as she once wrote, I am a very wild bird and like liberty. She rented a 20-roomed house in the old deserted botanic gardens for £4 a month and hired enough furniture for 2 rooms. She bought an enormous bunch of 90 bananas for 18 pence, which she hung up like a chandelier and hired 2 old Jamaican servants to look after her. Every week, Marianne bought 2 pounds of beef from the soldiers' guardhouse, and each day she stewed some up with fresh vegetables. She ate her way steadily through the banana, but eventually the sting broke and the whole lot crashed to the ground, and so the rest were given to the pigs. From a veranda, she had a magnificent view of the steep wooded valley at the meadows, while all around the house there was a tangle of all sorts of exotic plants. There were bananas, palms, breadfruit, and mahogany trees, gorgeous tree ferns, orchid, bromeliad, alamandas, begonias, passion flowers, and epimedias, climbing over everything. She wrote, I was in a state of ecstasy and hardly knew what to paint first. However, she settled herself into a routine of going out to paint at daylight and returning home at midday. She spent the afternoons painting indoors when there was heavy rain outside, and when it had cleared, she went out to explore, returning home in the dark. Sometimes, when her servants were out, she was left completely alone with slippery banana leaves flapping against the shutters, the fireflies darting, and the glowing worms crawling all around. This one thing she had disliked were the ribaldist who used to howl and talk a known tongue and foam at the mouth for hours at a time, sometimes even continuing throughout the night. The cricket and frogs also had a nightly revival meeting and rivaled the biped in the noise that they made, but what they said, Marianne remarked, probably had more sense and meaning. The valley behind Marianne's house at Gordon Town, Jamaica, with Bulmasha Abarea in the foreground. Right. Foliage, flowers, and fruit of coffee. Jamaica, Marianne described coffee as an ill-regulated syrup, with its berries ripening at different times. Opposite. Group of wild and cultivated flower, Jamaica, in the center, Polanantica grand flora with white flowers, with morning glory, Emporia terribila, above the latter, Bougainvillea spectalis, the blue, Tamila, etc., Helium, Pilium, and Hypetrum reginae. On the right from the top, the orchid. Emperor, CGM, Jambi, Hise, Rojalin, and a member of the Acanthacea. The branch line in front belong to the celebrated laceback tree, Rangsella trincella. In this way, she enjoyed months of complete quiet and incessant painting, but then people began to find her out an invitation to stay poured in. The governor, Sir Peter John Grant, invited her to stay in Greyton, a pleasant little house which had a beautiful view like an oval over Kingston and Port Royal. The garden was ablaze with color, red dracaenas, poinsettias, and the famous Amoshasta nobilis. View in the Fern Walk, Jamaica, at an elevation of 5,000 feet. She was interested in all the many economic plans she saw, and not only painted their portrait with her brush, but wrote detailed description of them with her pen. It has sometimes been said that her pen was almost as mighty as her brush. There was coffee with all the berries ripening at different times, cocoa with tiny flowers and huge pods hanging directly from the trunk, and nutmeg with the fruits just opening and showing the crimson network of maize around the seed. Rum, she saw, being made, and sometimes being drunk too freely, and remarked that it was the curse of the country. Some of the bamboo were crushed and made into the coarse kind of paper. Marine lamented the destruction of these graceful plants, but felt no one cared. The bird and other creatures were a never-ending source of interest. Banana bird and Jamaica robins, lizard who sat sunning themselves on the walls, and land crabs, one of which she encountered in her bedroom, and afterward ate for her supper, all minced up in his own shell. The lad, however, she did not care for, as one night they ate whole in her precious boot. So for the rest of the stay, she always placed the boot on top of the water jug out of out of reach of rodent teeth. She seemed greatly enjoy all her new food experience. At the governor's, she tried fresh ginger pudding, tomato toast, fried ackee, pasha sapita, mango stew, coconut cream, and roast turtle, and many other things not heard of in Europe. She drank matrimony, a delicious mixture of star apple sugar and sweet orange juice, which tastes like strawberry cream. After 5 months on this exotic island, Marianne returned home and for the next 2 months enjoyed the society of her many friends in London, recounting tales of her newfound tropical world. On 9th August 1872, however, the adventurous Miss North was up on her travels again, this time bound for Brazil.